I'm Doug, and you've tuned in to another edition of Music for Fun and Health. So, I'll tell you a little bit about what I'm doing on this channel. The number one thing that I'm doing on this channel is I want to educate people about instruments that maybe they haven't heard of before or not too familiar with, not all of the mainstream instruments. The second reason that I'm trying to do this channel is because what I want to do is inspire people of all ages just to pick up a musical instrument, try to learn it. You don't have to spend the rest of your life playing this instrument. I just pick up different instruments, learn how to play a couple songs, and then I go on to the next one. So yeah, it's been great for me. It's helped my mind quite a bit. What I've been told is that playing music, learning music, actually helps the brain a little bit to stave off things like Alzheimer's and things like that. It keeps the brain sharp. Mine was never sharp, but less dull in my case. And yeah, I just want to get that out to as many people as possible, so they can enjoy my love of music as well. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce a new instrument tonight, but I want you to search out my YouTube channel. I want you to check out some of the old things that I've done. There's some really cool stuff on there. I always just like to have a lot of fun with this channel. And I want you to watch it, like, share, comment, whatever you want to do. Sharing is the most important because I want to get this out to a lot of people, and in turn, they can enjoy music themselves or learning music. So yeah, like I said, tonight what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a new instrument. This instrument that I'm playing tonight it's known as the world's oldest wind instrument. Now it dates back about 1,500 years, and it centralizes sort of its origin was in the Aboriginal people of Northern Australia. It's a pretty cool wind instrument. You might have heard of it in shows like maybe Crocodile Dundee and things like that. It is called a didgeridoo. Okay, I'm going to show it to you now. Of course, this one is a replica didgeridoo. It's I've got my screen on large here so I can show it to you. It's a large instrument. This one, very intricate designs on it. I'll get up a little closer so you can see. It's pretty cool. It's got a iguana probably on there. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. It's decorated very well. Now, a little bit about the history of the didgeridoo. It's kind of a cool history. Like I said, it was the Aboriginals that first brought this to light. They said that there was archaeologists in Australia that have found pictograms on the walls of caves of people playing this that have dated back at least 1,500 years. So the most common of the didgeridoos are made out of eucalyptus trees. That's because, of course, they are so plentiful around Australia. And the real cool thing about this is they are actually produced, or the starting of them are produced by termites. So what happens is, in nature, the termites go after these eucalyptus trees. That's what they do. They eat the wood, right? So they'll start in the middle of a tree, and they will start eating away all of the dead wood. And they stop when they get to the outer edge of the eucalyptus tree. It's a very bitter sap that the termites don't like. So then they quit. And the Aborigines, they discovered that when these things are cleaned out and you blow through them, they make a really cool noise. So that's how they started forming these didgeridoos after the termites have done their job. And they said about a year to a year and a half to actually clean out a tree enough so they can make an instrument out of it. Now, something that reflects in the key of what your didgeridoo is actually the length of the tree. So if they cut a larger piece, it's going to be a lower tone because it'll reverberate a lot more through the eucalyptus tree. Shorter ones, of course, are going to be a key or so higher. So yeah, it's a pretty cool instrument. Again, this one not made of eucalyptus. This is a reproduction. It's more of a rosin, this one, but basically you can see there's no keys on it to push. There's nothing. So the sound is made all with the way you shape your mouth and the way you blow. You can actually say things through this the horn, and they come out really cool. So yeah, the Aboriginals use them in all sorts of ceremonies and things like that. So I'm going to show you the very beginnings of how I've sort of picked this thing up. Again, most of the instruments that I get, I just sort of look on YouTube on how to play them. And yeah, I just, like I say, just get to play a couple of songs, simple songs. Now, with the didgeridoo, the first thing to learn when you're blowing through these is you have to find your drone. Now, what that means is the way that your lips vibrate on this thing, on the mouthpiece, that's your drone. It can't be too tight. It can't be too loose. It has to be just right. So I'm going to attempt my version of a drone. I've played it for a little bit. I've had it for a long time, but I haven't really done much with it. So I'm going to show you my version of a drone, and yeah, then I will see where I can go from there. So basically the mouthpiece is just a hollow end. If you can see that, just a hollow end. And your lips have to form a complete seal around this end. And then you just vibrate your lips. So here we go. We'll see what I can do here. So that sound there, that's my drone. From there's a lot to learning how to actually play a full song on this. Obviously, this is not an instrument that you would form a whole concert around, but it makes a really cool noise. It would go good with a couple other instruments. So I'm going to attempt to practice this a little bit, and the biggest thing about this is you have to learn something that is called rhythmic breathing or circular breathing. What that means is to blow into the instrument while you're taking a breath through the nose. It sounds impossible, but I'm getting close. What that does is you can then make a sound that's continuous for a whole song without stopping for a breath. Like, so when I played before, you see I would have to take a breath in between. If I learn my circular breathing correctly, then I won't have to take that breath. It's a series of small breaths in through your nose. Some of the ways of learning that are just crazy. Well, not crazy, they obviously work. One of the fellows teaches you to take a mouthful of water and you spit this water into a cup while you're taking breaths in. So it's kind of like this. You're breathing in as you're blowing out. It's it takes a little bit to learn, but yeah, it's kind of cool. A couple other things that I've learned, fun fact about the didgeridoo, is British scientists have done a study that says learning and practicing the didgeridoo actually reduces sleep apnea and snoring. And that's because you're using the top muscles in your throat to form all these notes, and you're strengthening them, and that is the part that falls back at night when you're sleeping. So it prevents the sleep apnea and the snoring. So instead of your CPAP machine, maybe you should get a didgeridoo. So anyways, that's got the start to my didgeridoo, and I'm going to practice it for a little bit here. And yeah, I'll come back in a week or so and show you that I've made a little bit of progress. I really apologize. All this summer it's been so nice. We've had really nice weather, so I haven't been making too much music. But now it's starting to get to fall, and I promise I will get on YouTube a lot more often with new instruments and maybe some other fun stuff. So yeah, before I go here, I just want to encourage you guys again to check out my channel, like, comment, especially share. And yeah, until we meet again, hopefully next week, keep smiling, and we'll see you again. Thanks for watching. Bye now.